Hey everybody, Keith McGinnis here with KCDC Designs. We got some experimenting to do today. I wanted to try white marble with getting some blue in there, and it really turned out pretty. I was really happy with it. Very easy to create, as little or as much blue, or maybe another color. Let's see how I did it.
All right, I love experimenting. So I have Sapphire, that's it. I have Sapphire blue. This is blue, basically it's a blue glitter. It's like blue diamond dust or blue dust, or whatever you might call it. But I mixed just a really tiny little bit of white in there, just to give it, just so it wasn't completely translucent. And then we have white metallic, we have pearl gold. That's actually a stardust mica, but it's an interference gold. Then we have Alumilite white dye. So let's see what I might be able to create with this. Should be interesting. I love little baby pups. Coffee in a cup and epoxy. I've got a dirty board. It's I don't know. It's 3/4 MDF and it's been painted with white undercoat paint a long time ago. So I'm just going to, I'm just going to pour these out kind of randomly. And I think we can probably just safely scrape all this out. Again, remember, experiment. And one thing I like about the interference gold is, since this is going to be a very light colored countertop, that pearl gold is actually going to mask any ambering that might take place over the years when doing a white or light color. And then this is the white metallic. Oh, let's see. Oh, and this is, I wanted to leave some open areas. The way I'm going to meld this probably isn't going to show up, but I'm going to leave that. I'm going to put some of that in some bigger areas. Let's see, let's get some over here. And let's put a little bit right there. And let's top the rest of it off right down over there. Just like that, okay? Now, this is going to be a white marble, but it's going to have some of that blue in there. How much blue is a great question. How much we want to put in there. And I don't know how much this will carry over, but let's do it maybe a little bit heavier on one end than the other. So let's kind of tail some off like that, and let's put a little bit of tail of that, a little bit right there, and then let's just drizzle. Oh, that's going to be a lot. And let's drizzle a little bit right there. Okay, that's going to be a lot of blue. Now I am going to, I'm not just going to lightly meld like I usually do just to cover the dry areas. I'm actually going to mix all of this with my gloved hand fairly aggressively. So, who knows? Let's see what happens. I really am mixing. I'm not just melding. And then that's all I'm going to do with that.
And then I'm just going to tend to my edges, take care of any surface tension that I see on the top surface, and then we'll go from there.
Alrighty, so some of that blue glitter is showing up a little bit, so that's kind of cool. This didn't get melded right here at all, and so I do want to meld that. Okay, I'm kind of digging that right now. I'd awake when Miller played songs that made the hit parade. Guys like us, we had it made. Those were the days. Who can name that tune? That'll date you a little bit. And then I would sing the other part, but I would really embarrass myself. Should we give it a shot? And you knew when you were men, guys were guys and men were men. Master, we could use a man like Herbert Hoover again. Didn't need no welfare state. Everybody pulled his weight. G.R.O. the sour and great. Those are the days. All right, so I'm just gonna torch that out, hit it with alcohol, and I think I'm gonna call that one done. Wow, that's actually really pretty. Oh! That is really pretty. Oh my gosh. So what do you think? Too much blue? I could certainly go with a lot less. Now, I did notice that I've got a lot of blue kind of in these areas and nothing right here. Should I add just a little bit of blue right there? I'm hearing a, yeah, why don't you add just a little bit of blue right there? So let's just add just a little bit of blue right there. And actually I'm gonna add it right there. Oh yeah, that was the right place. That was the right thing to do. Yes, sir. So I am using Stone Coat's Art Coat. Why do we use Art Coat by Stone Coat? Art Coat has more UV resistance, that's why. Now, this is a light piece, but you can see the pearl gold that's in there. And man, that is really cool. Holy cow. Now the reason I'm randomly torching that in different areas, because of the fact I'm using metallics, I don't want to torch back and forth because there's a chance that I could leave some vertical lines in there from the torch disrupting the metallics. So, man, that is so cool. I really like that. Let's spritz it. I gotta cool it off. We'll let it cool off a bit, and then I'll spritz it. All right, that's cooled off. I'm impatient. Now, I really don't want any big drops. Ho, 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 ho. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm really digging that. I don't know what you're able to see in the camera, but I'll do a close-up and we'll do a flyover. But I'm gonna let that alcohol dissipate. I'm gonna give that probably about 10-15 minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll take a look at it again. And we'll see what that looks like. And I may hit it one more time after it sets up just a bit. And I've discovered that if I let the epoxy set up, now if you let it set up too much and spritz it, the alcohol is just gonna bounce off the top surface, right? But when you are at that point, if I were to heat it up first and then hit it with alcohol, it does give you just a little bit different of a look. So I'm really liking how that looks right now. So we're just going to, do nothing. But everything is swirled, marbled so nicely, except for that one little area right there. So I think I'm gonna take just a tiny bit of that blue and just, of course I could just marble that. There, fixed it. That's all it took. That's all it took. I'm digging it, digging it, digging it. I'm digging it. How far are we into this? 12 minutes. 12 minutes it took to create that. 12 minutes in, and it looks really, really cool. Very cool. One thing I might do differently is this area down in here. It's a mixture, but what I really like is the blue swirls. To me, it just looks a little bit more natural. There's a lot of blue in here. So I'll be aware of that the next time when I go to meld it, to be a little bit more careful of maybe just putting my blue in some areas instead of, because I think I put a lot of swirls down in here. I'll look back and see on the video. We got some of the blue glitter that's showing up in there just in some areas. That looks pretty cool. So air bubbles, looks like we're doing pretty good in that department. And that glitter has kind of spread itself out. So you can kind of see some bling in some different areas. Excuse me. Again, hard to tell on camera, but right in this area is where you're able to see that pearl gold in a lot of these areas actually. So that is definitely going to mask any ambering that might take place, again, like I said, over the years. But that's really pretty. Really pretty.
Again, can't do anything but apologize for the glare. Now, hopefully, as we do the close-up, you'll get a better idea of really, really how cool that looks in person. There you can see the bright white and how it kind of plays contrast with right in that area there in the center of the screen is where that pearl gold is. And then the blue, the way the blue is swirled, it really, really, gosh, I wish you could see this in person. Because the marbling and the swirling looks really, really cool. And especially in some of those areas where you have that contrast of the light blue to the dark blue. And again, I melded it, I would say melded it pretty heavy, but not to the point to where, you know, I just kept going and going and going to make it muddy. And again, I apologize for the lighting. It just, yeah, I can't do anything about the glare, and maybe my lens is dirty on my camera too. But it's really a pretty piece, and you can see how easy that was to create. It really, really was a lot of fun. So tell me what you think in the comments. And once again, I really, really appreciate you watching and supporting my channel. And once again, this is Keith McGinnis with KCDC Designs out of Eagle, Nebraska. And take care, everybody. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to be notified of upcoming tutorials. And we will see you on the next video.